guys. I love Hex. Next level nerd, you're welcome, man. I'm glad you like the stream so much. That was a really good job of capitalizing right away on having numbers. I think I think the last time they played Coliseum, I was talking about how important snipe side of the map is here. That was for flag. This is Slayer, obviously, but it's still just as important. This just gives you the best angles to watch spawns, and getting into caves and staying alive is so valuable. The spot that Justin's on right now is really, really, really hard to kill. It's so... Oh, he fell off. Shit. It's just... Especially if he had no help either and he was still in a 2-on-1 and almost lived. Like, staying up there, putting... It's just such a good angle to get shots on guys trying to push up and they don't expect you to be there. And your teammates can just help you from so many other angles. Like, it's a very hard spot to kill. So, if anyone hasn't seen that spot, that's why it's good. Sometimes it helps if, you know, someone explains why a spot is good. Because you maybe don't understand why he was up there.
I have a scatter at red. Behind me, it's sniper something? Red fountain. He's bottom center scatter. No, yeah, okay. He's absolutely bottom center. I've helped him.
And once again, this is just a textbook Halo type thing, taking advantage of numbers. And as soon as you see that you have 2 dead, you know that you just should not die under any circumstances. It's a 4-on-2. You should not let the other team get away with those types of kills at all. So it's really important to capitalize on taking advantage of killing those other 2 guys and then locating the spawners. Which clearly, it's 16-4. We're doing a pretty good job so far this game.
Blue window weak. 2 guys blue window. I hear you. Red window guys above me. I got him. Red window and blue. They're going for rockets in red window. Going for rockets in red window. I'm looking for rockets. He's top rockets right now. Blue window, 1 shot.
I don't understand how Justin's alive, not even alive for so long, but he had no eyes on him. Like, there was a guy above him, and he put shots on a guy rocket side. So he gets eyes on these guys and can call them out and knows where they are. And the other team kind of ignored him and let him get that like free kill on the window guy, and now he's still alive with scatter over here. It's a really confusing series of events for the other team. That was an outrageous ground pound. That should not have worked out.
Just live. There's guys red fountain and red sneaky. I'm going low. I'm flanking out. Me and Eric are flanking out. Blue VR. Eric, I'm looking here. Bottom side, Eric weak. There's 2 guys, 1 shot at snipe. I hear you. He's blue VR, 1 shot at shoot. I got him. I know I'm hiding from 1. He pushed me. He's 1 shot. Nice shot.
Damn. We really should have lived there.
They have sniper. They have new sniper.
One thing I noticed there, but I was eating an apple, of course. That's another thing that sets a lot of players apart. Usually a big difference between pro players and like amateur players is knowing when to shoot and when not to shoot. And Justin had eyes. He said, one, he made a good call. I'm flanking out with Eric, which lets his teammates know what they need to be doing because they know exactly where their teammates are. They don't have to look or try to locate them themselves. And then 2, he located where the other team was pushing from and didn't shoot to give away their position, which sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people, as soon as they see a guy, they feel they need to shoot. Like, having patience is really good.
Red Rocket Street weak. Red Rocket Street guys weak. Go red. He's gonna be red fountain. Red fountain. I'm here, Jay.
Romez, I'm not eating an apple then.
I got 1. I hear he's red. Splinter's weak. Red Splinter's weak. Kill him. I'm coming to snipe right now. He's 1 shot.
How is that guy alive? Oh, man. Dude. We see, okay, well that was a good kill. We were up 16-4 off of a really, really good start to this game. It might have been more, but since then it's, you know, 16-16. So, I mean, obviously if you get that big of a lead, you can trade the rest of the game and win handily, but at the same time it feels like we're playing sloppier than when we started. It was a good route for Rockets, at least. It's still surprising to me how often Rockets will just sit up on spawn in pro scrims. Like, I mean, without a timer, you should know exactly when they're coming up and should have plans to go for them. And just so, because of the speed of the game, so much can happen in 10 seconds. it's hard to like plan out longer than 30 seconds in advance, and that's why you see players just decide not to go for them or do something else immediately when there's 15 seconds till rockets are coming up, and they end up spawning with nobody really near them all the time. And I mean, they should obviously be picked up on spawn or as close to spawn as possible every single time, because they're the deciding factor for this game type. Well, I shouldn't say that. Snipe control is the most important thing, but obviously having rockets secures you caps. I mean, if you can play smart with rockets, you know, you get into the other team's base for flag, and for Slayer, it's just about rotating towards spawns and staying near your teammates, but rockets are still incredibly important.
Bottom center right now, guys. Bottom center. I need help with Syria. Bottom center weak, guys.
Well, that sucks.
Red rocket
I bet he wishes he could have that back because he didn't really play that very well. He just put himself in like a poor position to have to hit really hard shots.
They just got rockets.
Well, there's a good example of Hysteria proving me wrong and getting them immediately off spawn, at least. It seems like we were unprepared for them. I mean, I've seen bigger comebacks on this map. This game's not over, so.
He's gonna be blue rockets, blue BR.
Hammy, I'm trying to get you. Hammy, I'm in pyramid.
Dude, that's two. One shot.
Top catwalk, one shot with rockets. Dude, blue BR weak.
Three from there, three guys moved on.
I need help with snipe.
Just wait, just
I'm
feel
running away.
One shot blue.
Those are really good shots by Justin. This is probably the biggest benefit to having a DMR, especially at the pro level. I mean, I can't say for sure, but those are hard shots to hit just because, you know, it's hard to locate from that far away. It's just so aggressive. Oh my god. How did he live? That was terrible by the other team. But yeah, when you have DMR, you don't want to sit window because it really doesn't give you that great of angles. When you get DMR and you get to that rocket side of the base, you can get angles all the way to their cave, like their fountain, all the way to window, like we saw him shoot a guy. That's where you want to be taking DMR. Window's good, but window just leads to like one-on-one cross-map battles, which have no winner, really. It's just, you do so much more damage when you can get a different, better angle.